from fury to fear.
Will my position remain?
A range of reactions from federal workers.
None of this is okay.
As the president pushes to scale back the size of government across all agencies, including USAID, which officially terminated Christina Dry just this afternoon.
It's heartbreaking because we know that people are going to be less healthy, less safe through no choice of our own.
Yeah, cry harder. The left-wing media is calling it the Trumpocalypse. They are openly admitting that they have never seen anything like this before. Trump and Elon are ravaging D.C., and federal workers by the tens of thousands are like the proverbial rats fleeing the ship. We're going to find out exactly what's going on and why the days of the deep state and permanent Washington have indeed come to a decisive end.
Hey, gang, you know we look out for each other here on this channel, and your health is our #1 priority. So if you're one of the 100 million Americans struggling with all the weight gain and loss of energy that comes with a fatty liver, you've got to try Liver Health Formula. It's an all-natural supplement. It contains 12 clinically proven botanicals that help recharge and protect your liver. It's manufactured right here in the USA, and it's approved by independent American doctors. And if you click on that link below right now, you could try Liver Health Formula and receive a free bottle of blood sugar formula when you order today. So don't let a fatty liver keep you sluggish and inactive. Click on that link below right now or go to getliverhelp.com/Turley and claim your free bonus gift. That's getliverhelp.com/Turley.
I want to start by framing just how profound this term Trumpocalypse is for understanding what's happening right before our very eyes. This is how did Hans Gruber put it? The advantages of a classical education. This is the advantages of you having a classical professor here for you as your patriot professor. Trumpocalypse, of course, is a play off the term apocalypse. But many people, most people, don't actually have any idea the profound significance of this ancient term. Whenever we hear the term apocalypse, we tend to think of, dystopian scenes of nuclear wastelands or, Hollywood desolation, zombies, whatever. But the original meaning of the term is very profound. It comes from the ancient Greek word apokalypsis, which means, and this is key, apokalypsis means to reveal, to make known what was once hidden but is now manifest for all to see. It literally means to expose. It's a kind of unsealing. It makes manifest that which once was kept secret and concealed. That is what the term apocalypse actually means. Now, it tends to be associated with the end times because of the ancient Jewish apocalyptic tradition that involved revelations of what God was going to do in the period of the Roman Empire and bringing that empire down. So the last book of the Bible is what's called the Apocalypsis tu Ioannou, the revelation of John. And it was a revelation of how God is bringing down the world order. So the key here is that Trumpocalypse is not merely the bringing down of an evil world order. It is that. At its core, it involves revealing the secrets of that evil order. It's all about bringing to light that which was deliberately kept in darkness. Isn't that the coolest thing in the world? Now, the first victim, obviously, of this Trumpocalypse was, of course, USAID. Now, this is a government department founded several decades back by John F. Kennedy in order to unite several existing foreign assistance organizations under one agency. It's since, of course, as we now know, as has been apocalypsized, as has been revealed, it has become nothing more than a slush fund for far left special interests. Here's Republican Senator Eric Schmidt bringing the receipts of the continued atrocity of USAID.
Because you can't really defend this kind of stuff. 45 million for diversity and inclusion scholarships in Burma. 3 million for girl-centered climate action in Brazil. 125 million to racialize public health. 288,000 for diverse birdwatcher groups. USAID, which is in the center of the storm right now, and rightfully so, spent 1.5 billion to, quote, advance diversity, equity, inclusion in Serbia's workplaces and business communities.
And the list of the absurdities just goes on and on. $1.3 million for adapting an LGBT inclusive teen pregnancy prevention program for transgender boys. You can't make this up. 10 million in DEI grants for colleges to study transgender lab animals. 2.5 million to study the fertility of transgender mice. We were run by lunatics. Here's White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt.
And I would just say a strong message to Democrats pretending to be outraged about the long list of crap that this administration is cutting. I could go on, and I'm happy to provide this list to every single one of you. Democrats are outraged. They want their taxpayers going to good uses, not stuff like this. But then they're very quiet about the fact that there are still North Carolinians and people in California who have lost everything. And in the last 4 years, this federal government did nothing to help them. This president will continue to put Americans first, and I think the successes of this week so far speak to that, and it's only Wednesday.
It's only Wednesday. I love it. Here's how the commentator Justin Murphy put it. I think this is brilliant. Quote, Elon is doing applied political science. He had a hypothesis and then he bet on it. And in being correct, we are learning empirically. The professional managerial class has perfected a system of moral blackmail through which they convert third world suffering into personal wealth and status. I just want to say that again because that's such a perfect sentence. The professional managerial class has perfected a system of moral blackmail through which they convert third world suffering into personal wealth and status. They position themselves as noble humanitarian experts with PhDs who care deeply about things like global poverty to justify their own sinecures extracted from the national purse. These credentialed do-gooders wield the threat of African deaths as a shield against any questioning of their privilege. We've long understood bourgeois professional hypocrisy in theory, but never before have we had such a complete empirical revelation of the exact dollar amounts, networks, and individual names involved across the top of the PMC hierarchy. Professional political scientists are generally feigning horror at Elon right now, but that's because they are members of the permanent political class, PMC, even if they are only minor and distant dependents of this professional managerial class. Absolutely brilliant. In the same vein, intelligence expert Mike Benz has made a very astute observation. If USAID was really saving lives, how come we haven't seen impassioned speeches this week from 40 to 50 prime ministers and presidents around the world that tens of thousands of their citizens are going to die? Why are they so silent? And why do so many seem relieved? Isn't that interesting? Where's the uproar among the international presidents and prime ministers? And so many of their citizens are about to get sick and die because of these draconian cuts to USAID that's so essential for saving lives, right? Right, Bill Gates? Where's the international uproar? The only people demonstrably flipping out over this are federal employees inside D.C., inside the swamp, and of course the legacy media that was on the USAID dole. This is the moral blackmail that Justin Murphy is talking about. All of this feigned outrage derives from those who converted third world suffering into personal wealth and status. In other words, evil scum. The apocalypse, the revelations, despite all the attempts at gaslighting by the bought and paid for legacy media, have been a public relations disaster. Virtually every poll out there shows that a supermajority of voters say government spending is the major problem we are facing today as a nation. Everyone, literally every single voter wants waste and fraud eliminated. Obviously so. They want big spending cuts. They want an end to the fraud and waste, and they want tax cuts. They want more of their money back in their pockets and less in the pockets of these moral blackmail artists. Thank you very much. And the results of the last 2.5 weeks, let that hit you. It's only been 2.5 weeks. The results of the last 2.5 weeks speak for themselves. After all the media's attempts at trying to save their precious little slush fund, Secretary of State Marco Rubio has just announced that of the 14,000 jobs total at USAID, just 294 are going to be kept. The rest are being completely eliminated. Rubio is slashing the USAID workforce, which has now officially been consolidated under the U.S. State Department. He is officially slashing the USAID workforce by 99%. 99%. Moreover, the total now of federal employees who have taken up Trump's offer at the buyout has reached over 60,000. This is bigger than Project 2025. Project 2025 is nothing compared. Schedule F is nothing compared to this. 2025 and Schedule F plan on reducing the federal workforce by around that. There were different numbers. Some were 40,000, some were 60,000, some were as high as 80,000. But they were planning on reducing the federal workforce by those tens of thousands in the first 100 days, in the first 3 months. We're not even in the first full 3 weeks. And already nearly 75,000 federal jobs have been slashed. And DOGE has only uncovered the fraud and the abuse of one single federal agency. What do you think that number of slashed jobs will look like over the course of the next year?
Hey there, Dr. Steve here, and I got a question for you. What if you could go back in time and get in on the Bitcoin era when it was still just under $1? Or buy a prime real estate before the market exploded, say, in Manhattan? Or invest in a company like Tesla before the whole world caught on? Well, that's exactly where we are right now. The parallel economy is exploding like never before. New financial opportunities are opening up, and those who see the shift and take action early are the ones who will prosper the most. That's why I'm hosting a live 90-minute event on February 27th called the America's Golden Age Summit. Now, I'll be joined by some amazing expert guests who are going to show you how to position yourself for massive success in this new era. But even better, what exactly to do in this new era. It's a truly one-of-a-kind, game-changing event. Listen, early bird tickets are now just $7, but not for long. Click the link, grab your spot, and be a part of America's Golden Age Summit. Do not miss this chance to get ahead. I can't wait to see you there.